Hi everyone, this is Jay and welcome to Step by Step Coding. Today we are going to have a practical demo of GitHub Copilot in Microsoft Visual Studio. We are going to explore all the modes GitHub Copilot provides today, and we are also going to compare all the models uh, which are having within GitHub Copilot. We are going to understand which model we should be using in what scenario. So the idea is that you will be able to learn how to use them smartly to see to supercharge your C# coding. So let's dive in right away. So I have Visual Studio open here. If you see, GitHub Copilot is enabled. Left hand side, I mean this portion, we have Copilot chat interface. Now let's start with first demonstrating the chat mode. So the way it looks, that I mean here it is a chat mode where you can ask the questions just like you are talking to your colleague. You have any questions and you ask it. Similarly, the idea is that you can drop your questions here, or you can give the prompt or instructions, and Copilot is going to help you. Now there are different modes as well as there are different models. It is very essential to understand that which mode you should be using for what purpose, in what scenario you should be utilizing these different modes. So, and what model you should be selecting. So let's understand what are the different modes it provides today. So first one is the ask. It is great for asking direct questions. So the prompt like, hey, explain what this piece of code does, or write a factorial method, or write a method to perform these things, or write a utility function. So direct questions, right? Those kind of prompts, you can use the ask mode. Now agent mode is extremely useful for multi-step tasks. The difference between ask mode and agent mode is that agent mode remember the context, and if you give multi-step task, it is going to tell you that, hey, I'm going to do this thing as a step 1, then I'm going to do step 2, then step 3. So it is going to do a proper plan step by step. It's pretty similar how we do the code, right? I mean, if we get a module to develop it, we plan it that, hey, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to install the nugget package, I'm going to include this library, all these things, right? The agent mode is going to do that. It's super powerful, and most of the time, almost every task you can think about it, you can utilize the agent mode. And then finally, the inline suggestion, right? So inline suggestion is pretty simple, that you have a class, and once you stop typing, right, once you, for example, the moment I typed it, there are inline suggestions to write the comment, right? So that is what the inline suggestion is. So there are the total three interactive modes. There is another one as well. I mean, you can, if you are inside the editor, you can also choose this ask Copilot as well. Now let's try to understand, let's have a proper demo, the real demo, and we will see how Copilot behaves differently depending on these different modes. So we will start with the ask mode. I'm going to ask a simple question that write write a write a method to validate credit card number using learn algorithm. And it quickly generated. Let's click on the apply. You will have your code here. right hand side. I'm clicking on tab button. I have a set it. Now obviously, I mean, by looking on first glance, right, it is not able to, I mean, we will not able to understand what this code is all about, right? So it is a great, great scenario to use the ask mode. You select the method and then you ask it, explain how this code works. And here we go. Great for code generation and quick explanation. It is going to explain you line by line, section by section, what this code is all about. For example, here, I mean, if you see here, it is trying to explain that, hey, the first thing what actually we are going to do, we are going to take a credit card number, we are checking, the null or void spaces, and then after that, we have this logic. So the whole logic, right, it is explaining section by section, line by line, and you will be able to understand that what this code is all about. Now, so this is what ask mode is. Now let's jump into the agent mode. And for agent mode, I have a simple function which calculates the age. Now what actually we are going to do, we are going to ask in agent mode to refactor this code, and we are going to give you, the multiple task in agent mode. So let's say I'm putting here, hey, refactor the currently selected method for better readability. Then in separate step, write a comprehensive and unit test for it. And here we go. Let's see. Now look at the response, how the agent mode is different than the ask mode. In agent mode, see how it is tackling your, the prompt. It is telling you to begin, I'm going to refactor this method. After that, I'm going to write an unit test for this method as well in a separate step. And then it is going to step by step, see how step by step it is doing the task. At the same time, it is asking, for this command as well, and it's going to do everything the way we do, right? So total changes, there are the two files. Age calculator was the existing file. It refactored the code, and then it also created a brand new as a class, brand new the class file, age calculator test.cs, and then it put it your and unit test cases here. Is not it fantastic? See, it's awesome, guys. So this is what the agent mode is. Perfectly suitable for the multi step works, right, where you need a strong reasoning. And this is where you can use the agent mode. When you are in the agent mode, your best bet is in terms of the models, right? I mean, these three models are already selected, and these any of these three models is fantastic. In the agent mode, you can choose it. These are, a very, the highly optimized models are. So we reviewed actually the ask mode, we reviewed agent mode. Let's try to understand the inline suggestion. So we have a factorial class, and our objective is to write a factorial method. Look here, I have just put it a public, and what it did, the inline suggestion already identified that it is a factorial class, and the developer want to write a factorial method, and it came in the gray autocomplete, right? Now I have selected this. Now keep in mind that this thing is, there is a model behind it. Okay, so there is a model which is working continuously the moment we type it. Now this model is different than what you see here, so don't get confused that if you select a model here, 4.14 Claude, that is the model which is going to give this code. That is not the case, right? So GitHub Copilot is having their internal models which works continuously. These are the small, very optimized, and the feature is that it's extremely fast. So those models works and give these the inline suggestions. Okay, so we reviewed ask, we reviewed agent, we also reviewed inline suggestion. Now the last thing, which is pretty interesting, what we are going to do, we are going to give the same prompt, and we will see, we are going to use one or two models, and we will see how the answer would be different between these two models. So let's try to do that. It will be fun. So I have a simple, actually, the code which I'm going to put it here. Let's say I have this code, do work, and pretty simple thing. It's creating one SQL connection here. Then it's one SQL command, delete from users, execute non-query. I mean, pretty simple, very basic thing. And what actually we are going to do, we are going to first select ask mode. Okay, let's select ask mode. Any one of these models are okay. And what actually we are going to do, let's say that we are going to select this one. Refactor the C# method to follow the best practices for security, resource management. Assume the intent is to delete a specific user, right? So the command is delete from users, but we are telling that, hey, I mean, enhance this and change into that we are deleting a particular user. So add a parameter for user ID. And actually, what I'm going to do, I want to keep this method. So I'm going to tell and create a new method with _4 and put this refactored code inside it. Let's see. So we have ask mode, we have 4.1 model. And look at it, what it is, what it did. Okay, so I'm going to apply this code and let's do the tab, and it will be pretty interesting to see that what it did. So we have this simple code which you put it here, and this is the refactored code. So let's see what it did. It did try and catch, which is good. I mean, it started using the using connection, because we asked to do the resource management, right? And if you see here, it also added a user ID, which we asked it to do that, right? Then you added exception handling. So this is what 4.1 model did, right? And it should be also explaining what exactly it did. So I did this method, used using a statement for SQL connection, and this to ensure proper disposal, this one. And then it enhanced and put it the parameterized query, added error handling, and this thing. So this is 4.1 model. Okay, now the same thing, what exactly we are going to do that, now we are going to use the Claude Sonic. So let's use the Claude Sonic, and I actually love the Claude Sonic. Okay, so let's see here, and same thing I'm going to ask, and create a separate method with the sonnet, and put this refactored code inside it. And now we are going to compare it, guys. Let's see. Look at here, right? I mean, we will take a look code first, but see, I will help you to create a new method, then incorporates best practices, and look at here what exactly it did. Key improvement made in this refactored version: security, input validation for user ID, parameterized query, check for multiple affected rows, resource management, what it did. Using declaration, C# 8.0 plus syntax, proper connection and command handling, error handling, these different things it did. Performance, using a strongly typed parameter instead of add with value, single trip database operation. Is not this awesome? And look at here, we are going to let's accept it, and here we go. So we have this. Now let's see. So we have here the 4.1 model using and the exception handling, and this is the sonnet. Look here, I mean it is started with this the validation kind of input sanitation, connection opening command, then it added this thing, then rows affected, right? Very detailed, right? So the sonnet is awesome. I mean it's like your teacher, right? You ask a question, and some teachers, right, they explain the step by step, line by line. It explains in such a way that you understand everything. So if somebody is actually trying to understand the code, sonnet is fantastic choice. So with that being said, I mean, what exactly? I mean, what is the the takeaways? The takeaway is that ask mode is great for the quick code generation, and if you want to have the explanation, agent mode you can use for the multiple steps workflow. It remember the context, it's perform your task step by step. Inline suggestion you can use for the fast typing, the boilerplate codes. Quickly you want to avoid the typing, it can give you the hints. So in nutshell, the idea behind is that, I mean, we have all these the different modes, different models. The idea is that correctly utilize these different modes and models to empower your coding. So the key thing is that what is the command we are going to put it, right? So your prompt, what actually the question you are asking, it is extremely important, along with try to understand that which model you should select, considering what kind of task it is, and it is going to give you the best results. So with that being said, if you like this episode, please subscribe my channel and feel free to add a comment if you have any questions or if you want any particular topic to cover. Thanks for watching.